Yesterday, I wrapped up a nice day at work here at the office. I come home to a nice warm house with a home-cooked meal waiting for me on the table. I'm reminded of all the blessings I have in life, and it was great. Little did I know that yesterday, all of that was just mere spiritual preparation for the mental anguish that awaited me beyond that home-cooked meal, because I played CrossfireX, and it's one of the worst games I have played in years. If you were wondering why Xbox wasn't marketing this game, I have your answer right here. Because this game is one of the most low effort, I gotta say, because I know a lot of people come to my channel because they think, hey, you're critical while being respectful. I can't make that promise here in this video because I gotta use the L word, lazy. Lazy effort here by Remedy, by Smilegate. What is this game? Well, this is the part of the job that no one talks about when they say being a YouTuber is glamorous, because I get to sit down and play one of the worst piles of crap I've seen in a while, so you don't have to. I played the campaign to completion. I played enough multiplayer to last me a lifetime, and it was like only a couple hours. I put way more time into this game than I think it ever deserved. And yes, it kinda is available on Game Pass, at least right now it's not. I had to pay to access the campaign because even Xbox wasn't putting it on the Available Now tab, and you couldn't download it for free. Like, they were doing all they could to keep people from seeing what this game was, which is an absolute goddamn travesty. Why is that? Well, this is why I play the games, so sometimes you don't have to. Allow me to explain why CrossfireX is one of the worst games in the last couple of years. And if you're new here, you're looking for more reviews, you're in the right spot. Consider subscribing, especially for this. You owe me. I'm kidding, you don't actually owe me.
You know, your mother, she was a good woman.
Are you gonna talk the whole time?
I'm trying to give you advice, you worthless punk.
So this game is split up into a lot of chunks. You have the campaign, which there are two parts. One is developed solely by Smilegate, the South Korean developer and publisher responsible for the entirety of CrossfireX, which is, by the way, apparently a super successful first-person shooter, but whatever they brought here is terrible on Xbox, and we'll get into why. Also, Remedy, yes, Remedy, who's responsible for, I don't know, really good games like Alan Wake, Control. I kind of dug Quantum Break, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I know that's a bit of a hot take in the middle of this rant. Let's just put it simply, Remedy's one of the top dogs in the industry. So knowing they were working on a first-person shooting campaign, there was potential. They're one of the most creative independent studios out there. This was exciting, but it was getting so little marketing that we could just feel it in our guts. Something's wrong here. Oh, something's wrong. Now, I know a lot of you are morbidly curious about the campaign, so let's talk about that. I paid $9 to experience this because Game Pass, for the first time I can ever remember, as someone being a subscriber since it was announced in, I think, 2017. So, what's that? 5 years? This is the first time I can remember where the service broke and didn't let me get the game. So I went, well, I'm gonna do my job anyway. I'm gonna buy it. Now my money's really on the line here. Let's see what this is all about. Hey, I got a question for you. What would it be like if Remedy made a terrible COD campaign that rivaled the likes of Rogue Warrior? Yes, this Rogue Warrior.
Hey, fucking asshole, you little bitch, you suck-ass pig. Eat dirt, you pussy motherfucker, you puss nuts. Eat dirt, you fucking cocksuckers. Fuck your mother, fuck your father, fuck him in the ass, you cocksucker, you fucking asshole.
This has to be one of the dumbest campaigns, and I'm not going to be nitpicky because I'm going to spoil the hell out of this thing for you because you're not going to play it. I know you're not, so we're going to break it down for you nice and simple because it's one of those things where words don't do it justice. You know, there's a line in the game that really describes this experience. You know, take a listen.
Someone didn't read the intel. The Catalyst supercomputer placed data straight into Kavanagh's head. We downloaded our own copy from Kavanagh before he escaped.
This shit used to be simple.
You want simple? Go shoot bad guys.
Yep, that's it. You want simple? Shoot people, because that's what this game is. It is a horizontal first-person shooter where every little bit of AI doesn't work. They walk out there, they stand there, they're like, yo, shoot me. They don't go above. They don't duck behind cover. I have played arcade games at the movie theaters that actually provide a less linear experience with more interactive first-person shooting elements than what is on display here. They will try to trick you, and oh, they were clever over at Remedy and Smilegate, trying to trick the player. Like, there are some active cinematic moments. By that I mean like when an enemy rolls from the corner. So many preset encounters that are clearly not thought of beyond that engagement. Where that first person rolls out, you shoot them. Then there's another person standing there. You shoot them. You keep going down the alleyway. Shoot another two. Like, they're just standing there waiting to be shot. There is no tactical element to any of this. And every chapter, except one, begins and ends with a damn explosion. It is hilarious. It's like they looked at Khan and said, yo, what if we had like a quarter of this budget and tried to make the same thing and made it make no sense? So you got busted AI, you've got a terrible corridor shooter, and then the Rogue Warrior elements are already there. But what reminds me of it so much is this dude you start off the game as, Logan, who's just a soldier in Blacklist, and he's ignoring orders right from the get-go. Just like Rogue Warrior, they're just like, go quietly. Bop, 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 bop. There's no stealth in this game. They'll give you silencers on your weapon. Check that out. They'll give you silencers, but they'll still react. There's no stealth elements in the game, even though they give you the attachments to be stealthy. You'll take out someone from behind with melee. They'll still know you're there. This game's AI and mechanics are fundamentally broken. They don't care about options. They don't care about how the player wants to play the game. They just want to get you from the beginning to the end as quickly as possible. Again, lazy. Not only that, but the story is handled with so little fucks given, and that's why I don't give a fuck if I'm being rude about it, because the way that they expect you to not care about certain things and make mental leaps is borderline insulting. Okay, so let's start off with one of these moments here. You're on a bus. You're playing as Luis Torres. He's arrested, right? And so suddenly the bus, boom, blows up, right? And randomly, as the soldiers are approaching the bus, there is a lockpick on the floor. His hands are cuffed around a bar up above. There is no way that on the floor he can reach that lockpick. But then the camera cuts away, and then suddenly he's got the lockpick. It's like, oh, just pretend, man. Just pretend. Just don't care. And I know some of you out there are going to be like, that's a nitpick, Matt. I'm telling you, this campaign is littered with moments like that where you go, how did they, how, why? In fact, Torres is the heartbeat of everything that makes me go, what? About this game. How about when he escapes and he shoots a soldier and he's like, oh, shit. Oh, I can't believe I killed this man. He grabs a gun and then murders 18 million of them. The ludonarrative dissonance here is insane. It's incredible. I'm like, this is Remedy? They had a hand in this? Man, they took their bag and they ran. They're like, yo, we are the mercenaries of this industry. We are going in, making what you need, but we are out. We're not helping with anything else. Again, this game assumes you're dumb. Like, how about this section here where there are electrical boxes hooked up to fucking rocks? And for some reason, these wires are running into each other. Like, but what are they powering? A stone in the wall? What the hell is this? There's no thought put into this game at all. But anyway, Torres ends up getting wrapped up in this whole story on how he's going to be the ghost, and the ghost can determine the outcome of the war. And the whole time he's telling everyone, fuck off. I'm not going to do any of that.
Listen, man, I just want to go. Screw you and your slideshow bullshit. I'm gone.
I'm only here because your boss stuck some sci-fi bullshit inside me. We're not buddies.
Then just suddenly, a switch flips.
I can't just leave him here to die. Fastest way to Logan's cell is through the aircon.
So he goes back after being captured. He tries to save them. Someone from his own team fucking shoots him afterwards. Just lights him up. They never explain why. By the end of the game, they're just like, oh, we just had to get rid of the ghost. And then there's the ending to CrossfireX, right? So you go through this whole experience. Torres is resisting. No, I'm not the ghost. I'm not gonna do that. Imagine like Jin Sakai just constantly denying he's the ghost, right? This man refuses to be the ghost, which is his predetermined fate according to the Catalyst. And so suddenly at the end of the game, he just sees the armor. He's like, yo, this is sick. He throws it on, and now the game in its final level just takes away your gun. Just takes away your gun. You walk around stabbing things. and you kill Maddox, who's the leader of this global risk engagement force, whatever the hell they're called. And that's it. The game has no build up to the ending. It just literally ends with a cutscene where there's like 5 of him. And you're like, what happened here? How is this even possible? None of it makes sense. I don't know how this man, in the span of the 2 hours I played, went from stay away from me, I belong on my own, to saving his squad, to putting on this ghost armor, to killing the main bad dude. There's also just, again, the beginning of the game. You know, this epic CGI cutscene. We're flying in on a helicopter. The whole squad is here. Nope, they're dead. Boom, blow up. Everyone's dead except Logan. I have the, oh my God. I didn't even get into the voice work, right? I talked about how busted this game is from top to bottom. I didn't even get into the voice work. Oh my God. Just listen to some of it. Just listen to some of it.
Why the hell would he order a missile strike?
He said the immediate area was clear.
There's no way in hell he could have verified that.
Are you questioning your superior officer, soldier?
Maddox wants you dead, and he won't stop until he succeeds. Sorry, but that's a fact.
War is like a symphony. And you, boy, you are my opening sonata.
So yeah, that's the campaign experience, at least the half that I think most of you were interested in from Remedy. I was thinking if I enjoyed it even mildly, I would go into the older campaign, but Smilegate, look, I'll let someone else do that. I think this one product speaks enough for itself, and it is the primary, if they ever unlock it, Game Pass offering. Okay, so now we get into the multiplayer. This one especially shocked me because as far as I had heard, CrossfireX was very popular. Like, this was the rival in a lot of ways to Counter-Strike. So I was kind of excited to check it out. Like, I love first-person shooters, especially competitive ones with a tactical edge. Before I actually talk about the experience, we need to talk about these microtransactions. Oh, this is what scares me at times about Game Pass, because you can tell Smilegate was like, oh, we're going to get a couple thousand players. We can make some good money off of this because they're going to hop in thinking they got this free-to-play experience, but we're going to nickel and dime them wherever we can. Okay, so there's 6 primary weapons, right? And for you to unlock all of them, you have to have a premium currency, and you start off with 3. So by default, you are already limited until you spend money. That's not it, though. There are item bundles that will net you more currency. Like, you'll buy a bunch of skins for 1400 GP, and they're like, well, here's 500 GP back, so it's effectively 900 GP. But this is exactly what's wrong with digital currency. There's no value to it. It embodies everything that's wrong with microtransactions, because you can see Smilegate saying, yeah, we could just generate this in your account whenever the hell we want. We're not going to, but we could. So much so that you'll pay for like $20 worth and they'll give you $5 worth in return. So effectively you spent 15, but not really, because they don't have a $15 option. They're just maximizing the profit they can get off of you and give you the idea of a good deal. It's fucked, honestly. Not only that, but navigating these menus highlights how bad of a PC to console port this is. I didn't even talk about the UI. When you look at it in the campaign, just stylistically, it's like, what are these fucking Unity assets? But then you go into the actual main menu and you start hovering around with this mouse clicker. Oh my God, the bare minimum everywhere. This port is terrible. And look, I'm pretty lenient on like tech stuff, on port stuff, because for me, you know, if you're just getting to that experience, what does it matter if you're navigating a menu? No, this is bad. Bad, 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 bad. And you can even tell when you go into the stick sensitivity. When you start this game, let's say someone's just slightly to your left, whoop, you are on a slip and slide going to your left because it's tuned to mouse sensitivities. So until you bring your sensitivities for your sticks like all the way down, good luck aiming accurately. And even then, there's just something wrong with the stick on all of it, because yes, it is a tactical shooter, so the idea is for you to sort of have free aim. No aim assist like we see in a lot of popular first-person shooters. That's okay. But the baseline sensitivity it's at, terrible. Terrible. It is not tuned at all for console. And then you get into the shameless copy and paste that this multiplayer mechanic is. It feels like a fan game that I would find on a fucking Steam mod for like Gary's mod or something like that. Because when you fire it up, you'll see that for every mode, there is one map. So you don't have a pool of maps that are tailored to all of these modes. In fact, you have a TDM map, you have a search and destroy map, you have a Nano map, yada, yada, yada. And the TDM map specifically highlights just how creatively bankrupt this team is, because you can clearly see they're inspired by Counter-Strike, but they can't even borrow the right mechanics. Like after you complete a round, getting some money, upgrading your kit, they just give you loadouts and say, hey, screw it, we just want you to pay for the stuff in the loadout via the microtransaction shop, right? So they can't even borrow the right CS mechanics that I think make that game interesting and the progression of each map fun. But also, they'll borrow maps from Call of Duty. Hey, does this kind of look like Wetworks from Call of Duty 4 to you? You know, the vertical ship with a bunch of crates on it as everyone's lighting each other up in a nighttime setting? Yep, they borrowed that map straight up, and it's terrible. It also highlights the weird time to kill, where sometimes people will die really quickly and other times they won't. But you know what's funny is, I don't know if y'all have been playing Xbox long enough to know like what I'm talking about here, where when I say, I remember, especially in the 360 days, when you fire up a game and you're playing it and you'll get like a random 60 gamer score achievement for doing nothing. And you're like, that's, there wasn't much thought put into that. This game, I was popping gamer score left and right for God knows what reason. But I was getting 60 gamer score here. I got 120 for killing 100 enemies. Like, the gamer score stuff that's set up here is terrible. And to me, that's usually just a bad omen when I see, like, lazy gamer score setups. Because it's just an afterthought. You can tell it's an afterthought. You can tell it's coming in hot. It is a good indicator of what the quality of the product is sometimes. So let's get into those modes. TDM is TDM, search and destroy. You grab a bomb, you try to plant it. It's very much like Counter-Strike there. Probably its best mode. And while you're playing, let's just hear the audio experience that's ongoing here. So as you're listening to audio from 1998, you'll also hop into this mode called Nano, which is, I don't know if they saw zombies and said, like, what kind of shameless, lazy piece of shit mode can we do for our game to be kind of like Call of Duty? But they decide to have this thing where everyone's in this wide open map and everyone's a soldier. The round starts, you'll randomly, if you're just selected, turn into a nano-injected creature. You'll run up to a soldier, you'll swipe them, they'll transform instantaneously. There's no objective, you're just all kind of trying to hide. Because these nano creatures have 4,000 health. So you just survive, I guess. There's literally no point to this mode. You'll just see people corner camping, you'll dick around for like 5 minutes waiting for the one last person to be found and killed. It is so obscenely thoughtless that I can't believe it's even made it into the game. The gunplay feels bad. The controls feel bad. The UI is bad. The campaign is abysmal. The AI is hilarious. The voice acting, terrible. The audio experience, late 90s. Everything about this game was thoughtless. All it wishes to do, and I say this with no exaggeration because I know what happens when I sit here and I pop off on a game, that I'm sitting here on my stage doing a performance. No, you want to play it? You want to play it? Be my guest. Literally be my guest. It's your time wasted at that point. Consider yourself warned, though. All this game genuinely wants is your money. They want your money for the older campaign once it's available on Game Pass, where you can play the Remedy one for free. You can play that, and then they're hoping that you'll go and buy the older campaign. They're hoping that you'll play, you'll see the gun that's wiping you out, and go spend money on the currency. They're hoping that you'll buy one of the Founders kits or something like that. They're hoping you'll buy something from the black market. They're hoping you'll buy the premium battle pass. This game is monetized everywhere. Everywhere. And even the place where, like, you had Xbox and Remedy in on the project to make a first-person shooting campaign that is 2 hours, which is fine for its price tag, but the way it was marketed was feeling like something much more. What a failure on all fronts. I understand why Xbox was burying this one, and I understand why they weren't even trying to put it on Game Pass. It's that bad to them. I can tell you that much for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I really got to say about CrossfireX. This game, it's honestly something special. It should be studied. It's that bad. And if you want to play it after everything I said, best of luck to you. I don't know why you would, outside of just morbid curiosity or not trusting me and thinking I'm dramatic, whichever it is, that's your choice. Have fun. But for those of you who don't, go enjoy a nice, good game. Hug your good games tonight, because they should be appreciated after this one. That's all I've got to say, so let me know what you're thinking of CrossfireX down below. I'm hoping a lot of you didn't play it, so you're just kind of responding to what I had to say here, so fire away. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. And a big thank you to all the patrons, all the members who make it worth diving into games like CrossfireX so this can remain my career. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.